Madison Pub. 'Cause
The
we
cool
live in
kids. The
Kent.
cool kids. Yeah.
Mary Page. Yeah. Mary McPage. Blue Society. Yeah. W. Snohomish. Was a bar I'd never heard of.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're streaming.
Oh wow.
Better not cuss. You live streaming? Are you getting streaming? The live streaming part? Cool. Late's cool as long as we're streaming. Yeah. Okay. So, should we go for it? So we should go for it. Okay. All right. It is the 5th of November. I don't know if you're ready to vote or if you have already, but that's my first suggestion is that you take your extra hour and make sure to vote. If you do not use the democracy, please use the democracy, because if you don't use it, we're going to lose it. Even this election is important, okay? Not just next year. Every election is important. All those judges, everything is important. So important to be involved in the democracy. So please, tear that little piece of paper off, throw that one away, put it in the envelope. You know, cheat, whatever you need to do. It's a test. Go to the stranger, wherever you like to go, and get your, who's supposed to be. Anyway, I want to thank our guest last week, Chris Littlefield, for stepping up and doing the engineering this week. Chandler took the week off, and we think they deserved it, but it's still tough to do it without them. So we have coffee and treats every Sunday at 1. My name is Marlee Walker, and this is the Blues to Do podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. I don't know what the game did this morning. It wasn't looking good at halftime, but it's after game. It's after church, so I'm grateful that you decided to tune in to the Blues to Do podcast, live streaming on YouTube here at the Seattle Drum School, the lab. We are in the lab, which is the little auditorium in the back, 1010 South Bailey. If you haven't had coffee and you want a coffee and cookie, come on down. We'll supply them until they run out. Yes, coffee and cookie. Great idea. So thanks again for hooking us up to YouTube for this live stream at the Seattle Drum School, Chris. Appreciate that. And I wanted to mention that not only is our guest an award-winning keyboardist, Beth Wulff, this week, but we are broadcasting from Georgetown, which when the Halloween event came through here, they did this cool thing about Duwamish history, and it made my hair stand up for one, and it made me think, well, I should start my show by saying gratitude to the Duwamish tribe for providing this land on which I am broadcasting. So yeah, my hair is standing up. I think I'm doing the right thing there. Woo! Whoa! That's some powerful words there. So gratitude to the Duwamish tribe and recognizing them. It's moving to be here every Sunday afternoon after church, and it's even more moving to be here with Beth Wulff, my guest. There's so much story for her, and I'll do the news and the calendar at the end of the show, but Beth's story started in Oklahoma. She was 15, started playing bass. That's a great instrument to start with. In an all-girl band. How cool. The Four Faces of Eve was their first band, and She played with her younger sister, and then went on to play keyboard here in Seattle. She met Jim, her husband, who you always see them together, always in the scene together. Jim, the drummer and vocalist, they met in Montana. And I guess it was love at first sight. I'll have to get that story firsthand. But they're inseparable at this point. They've had 3 children together. One of them was my roommate, so we go back a ways.
That's true.
We go back quite a ways.
Cassie.
And so does Beth's history, performing with the Seattle Women in Rhythm and Blues and helping to start so many bands and helping people get legs underneath their performing. And then sending them off like little children. You have helped so many people. We're going to get into some of those stories. The names pop out, performing with Marlee Rush, Patty Allen, Duffy Bishop, Chris Shea Tanner. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Emily Remler showed up, and you were playing with her. You played with some of the greats. You show up at all kind of jam sessions and sit in, and that's just such a gift. You performed with Mary Wells, with the Motown legend Mary Wells, and singer Al Wilson, also local legend Rich D'Angelo. Ah, yes, the great Rich D'Angelo on the guitar. So not just keyboards, not just songwriting, but arrangements. You put together groups. You've helped people, like I said, put their CD projects together, and maybe not called a producer, but you've produced, like Willie Dixon was a producer. So anyway, I think I'm getting the story here. I think your story is so wonderful and deep, and you've been part of the Northwest scene for so many years that I'm thrilled to have you here on my Sunday afternoon podcast.
I'm happy and honored to be here.
Now, you've overcome a lot of obstacles. One is your speaking voice is
Exactly.
it gets
That's
a little
pretty obvious.
It gets a couple notches out of it. So we're going to turn the mic up. Go ahead and turn her mic up, Chris, and. Nevertheless, she persisted. Once again, a reminder to vote, to put your vote thing in the mail. It's not that much to ask to maintain our democracy. So, Beth, tell me, you got stories that other people don't have, but tell me first how you and Jim met. Can I get that story?
Okay, I was pregnant with my daughter, Lelania Wulff, now. But I went to a concert for the opening day welcome back students at the University of Montana. And it was a concert with a band called Sperry Grade. And we all sat on the gymnasium floor. And I had a group of friends that are still my friends to this day, 52 years later.
Wow.
And so they introduced me to Jim, and we just got to be friends over the next year. I had Elenia, and he helped me out a lot. He was just always a good friend. And then something happened.
You start out being good friends, huh?
We did.
That makes a
That's
long-lasting
true.
relationship.
Yeah, and we're still good friends.
Right on,
Of course.
right on. Well, and Jim, you and Jim go together so well. I mean, he's a drummer and a vocalist, and you're a keyboard player, and you're a great keyboard player. So he's
Thank
the
you.
lucky one, really, in that equation. But he's wonderful, and so to bring you
he's
two
taken
together.
over the singing part of our career,
Right,
because
right.
I don't sing for your benefit. I don't sing. But someday, I'm looking forward to singing again.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Still working on it.
I'm still working, hoping, and praying.
Persisting.
Wishing
Yeah.
and hope.
Hoping and praying. You do play a lot of church.
I do. I have for a long time. And it's a wonderful part of my life. I have so many friends in that community. A lot of them are in the music community as well. It's more crossover than you would think.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of strong faith in the blues
and
community.
you know that community.
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
that I've been.
I
with
cross over a lot.
the church community. Yeah, we both cross over.
So now, how many nights a week do you go out and just give away your talent, play, and/or get paid to play? Because I know some, you got to work, and you don't have a day job necessarily, or do
yeah,
you?
I do.
Oh, you do.
It's not a day job. It's playing music.
Playing
It
music,
is
yeah.
during the day, and we play a lot for seniors.
Senior home, yeah.
They're the great audience for us because we love old music. We're just big fans of, the big band era and all the beautiful music written over the years. I even play classical piano.
Yeah, you studied for 14 years. You studied classics. And
Till my teacher said, your hands are too small. You'll never be a concert pianist.
Why do they do
I
that?
said, I want to play Claire de Lune.
Right.
And I'm going to play it when I'm a grown-up because I can do what I want. And
That's a beautiful song.
I love that one.
They played that. Yeah, my mom connected me to that.
Yeah.
You and my mom, both pianists.
I asked your mom to play that for me once
and
at your birthday.
And we did
Party.
do that at her funeral, her celebration of life too,
yeah.
because it was and it was her playing. I got a video of that.
How awesome.
So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I love that.
Well, yeah, and so do you teach? You teach as part of your.
I have. I prefer to perform. I'm sure I have a lot to teach, but the kids have to really want to work and put the time into it. So
That's right.
it's important to put your time in. It doesn't just come because you're sitting next to me like osmosis. Oh, I'm going to become a great piano player like that because I know her.
Not like the movies. You can't just sit down and go bum 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 bum. Oh,
Yeah.
you got to practice that bum bum bum.
I mean,
bum,
I
bum.
was doing that at 4, but copying everybody else.
Right.
Yeah, but it came natural to me. But I definitely put in the time. It was my best friend, piano.
Yeah. It can really lift your spirits when nothing else
Yeah.
can. And
Yeah, totally.
so, answer the question: how many days a week do you play? Every day?
Pretty much.
Pretty much every day.
We get a day off here and there, and that's good because, we need to replenish.
Yeah.
But then I go, I wish I were playing. So it's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. Now, do you play with any of your children? Do they play music at all?
Hey, well, our daughter that lived with you, she was in a little band called the Origami Ghost.
Nice.
And I think you met him when he, JP, when he first got together with her. And so they did tours all over the world. They went to Thailand and Iceland and all over Europe and had such a great time. And I'm so glad she got that experience.
Now, you've traveled with your music performing? Where have you been
Somewhat.
able to go?
I went to L.A. from Oklahoma and hung out around Hollywood and Riverside and those areas, played every night. If I wasn't playing a gig, I was out to a jam.
There you go.
Just trying to learn all I could learn. I was 20.
And you play all kinds of music for all kinds of occasions.
It's called survival.
That's right. I was going to say, what's your favorite form of expression in terms
my
of that?
goodness.
Do you have one that's a
Well,
favorite?
I love gospel music, the
Yeah.
African American gospel music, especially from the 90s and 2000. There was a wonderful collection of music from that era. I also love Brazilian and Cuban and of course the blues. Let's not forget the blues.
Not forget
when
the
I
blues.
was singing, I loved to sing the blues. So
Now, where did you get to sing the blues in Seattle? When we had a scene and there was
Well, I
15.
gotta say, I probably
clubs.
spent the most time at was Salmon Bay Eagles for years and years. We were one of the house bands there, and friends with Jimmy Jean.
And
Tuttle.
the late Jimmy Jean, bartender there, and
Yeah,
booking the
great.
music, and
music lover and promoter, and
she started the Thursday Night Blues there,
absolutely,
which is still going on.
with Duffy Bishop and Chris Carlson.
Right,
They
and
were
it's
all part of that.
still
Jim
going
Collier
on,
and
right? I
Fast Eddie.
saw some great players just the other day. Steve Bailey was out.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, he was part of that.
some Dan Abernathy, some
No.
hella players. I mean,
Crazy good player.
yeah, crazy good, and some of the people that backed up Isaac Scott and some of those names.
Oh, he used to call me on the phone just to chat all the time.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we talk about the old days and going to church in the old days for him, which was, you sit in the back row and you don't say a word.
Right.
or you get slapped across the face.
Nope. Oh.
No. So it's fun.
Well, now,
And stories.
yeah. What's some? Tell me some stories. This is about storytelling, and you got
Okay.
stories that nobody else can tell. What stories you want to tell me?
Some of them I probably best not tell here.
Of course.
But, well, good story that we were thinking of today was Mary Wells, and her musical director asked me if I'd like to go on the road with Mary Wells, be their keyboard player, and I had to turn him down
Oh.
because I had 2 babies at home and 2 older children that helped me with babies, but I just didn't want to leave my husband with,
Yeah.
babies, and it wasn't the right time. And she passed about a year later, but what a gracious, wonderful woman she was.
Right.
I'm glad I got to meet her. I can say I almost got famous.
Well, and that's a big compliment to your playing, because she could have had anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there's so many other stories. I know that there was a play that you did all the arranging on,
I did all the music for it, yes.
and it was a musical.
That was with Kate Hart, the woman who put together the Seattle Women in Rhythm and Blues, which I was a part of for quite a few years, and met all these other wonderful women. Of course, Patty Allen and Chris Tanner is a good friend too. Marlee Rush, wonderful, sweet person, and she just got Lifetime Hall of Fame award, big national thing.
Mm-hmm.
She got awarded for that. And I don't want to leave people out. Nancy Claire, Nora Michaels, who we lost.
Give a shout out to Nancy Claire.
Oh, yeah.
She was
She's a
breaking
great-
some glass ceilings.
She sure did in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Valerie Rosa, her
Valerie Rosa.
traveling partner.
Totally. She's a kid.
I'm still working on getting them on my show.
Oh, you got Yeah, they'll be good.
So what other stories you got? You got some more for us, I know.
Well, the Seattle Women in Rhythm and Blues was quite a group. That was a lot of fun. Got to meet great players. Mark Whitman, the late Mark
Right.
Whitman.
You played Bumbershoot numerous times.
We
Folk
did.
Life
We
numerous
did.
times.
Yeah, and they recorded a CD, which is probably still around. You might find it through Kate Hart, and she called it "We Are Not Good Girls."
I remember I did an interview with all of the women, and that
I
was
remember
one of the
interviewing
highlights
with
of
you.
my career,
Yeah.
to have all these great women in the room and try and do an interview with all of them. I
Yep.
wanted 6
Yep.
microphones.
Oh yeah, crazy. That was fun.
Right.
That was early in your career too.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was so impressed. I remember listening to your show
Thank you.
on KPLU
Back in
and
the
finally
day.
meeting the woman with the voice.
Oh, back in the day, which turned into KNKX, and is still going in some
yeah.
form or another. Well, now you were also awarded the best keyboardist by the Washington Blues Society. What year was that? Oh, yeah, it
Help
was
me.
a decade or about a decade ago or something.
99, I
Yeah.
can't
So
even.
early on, I mean,
maybe-
really, they
well, not
didn't
that
wait until you were
early,
old
I
and gray.
Well, I'll let it go gray because my gray hair comes out when I brush it. I'm going to be bald.
Oh,
for
mine's falling out
gray.
too.
Yeah.
Well,
So
now, and they nominated you for the Hall of Fame, so you're.
They nominated me 3 years in a row. I think Mary McPage might have been behind most of
She's
that
cheerleading. Awesome.
energy
Awesome.
thing there. She made sure that I got acknowledged, and she's a dear.
Well, and you've been part of our All-Star Women Jam.
Oh
once
yeah,
in a while
that's
when I've
fun.
done
I like
that.
to support musicians, people who want to do it.
You support women a lot. I mean, I know
Mhm.
you've backed up Sheila Kay, Annie
Mhm.
O'Neill, who is with us in the audience. Thank you, Annie. There's Stacy Jones. There's so many people.
Terry Durr,
Terry Durr,
the
right.
Red Hot Blues
The
Sisters.
Red Hot Blues, all the
Yeah.
great women in the scene. You've been
There's
back
a
there
lot of
playing
great
keyboards.
women in the scene. Phyllis Talley.
Tally, right.
Oh, yeah, a lot of great talent, but they help me because I can focus on piano and try to make them sound better.
Yeah,
So
and
that's my job.
do you enjoy being the accompanist and not necessarily a soloist? Is that
I like both.
you like both?
I love singing.
Yeah.
So we're anxious for that to come back. I did a lot of piano bars, which I really love doing,
Right.
because I love music. It's what I collect, and what I share,
Yeah.
all kinds of music.
And you do all styles. I mean,
I do country. I do
reggae.
reggae. We did that last night for a party, and a lot of them were from Zimbabwe.
Wow, that must have been fun.
We had to do Stevie Wonder's Master Jammer, Master Blaster Jammin'.
Right?
Yeah.
So, how about jamming? Tell me about some of your favorite memories jamming, because you've sat in with so many
I love
greats.
going and hanging out. Flight Path.
Yeah, that's a fun group.
And those folks, and of course, Royal Esquire.
Very talented. Yeah.
A lot of fun. And we played the Blue Note for a while. And they had a nice jam.
Cool.
Good folks.
Down in Belltown, the old Blue Note.
Yeah.
For a minute
There's great blues jams all over the city. There's a wonderful jam in Madison, the Madison
Park.
Park. Is that it? No, not Madison.
Off of Madison.
No, actually, never.
Okay. Oh yeah, Madison's Pub. Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
They do a Wednesday night
They
there.
do Wednesday night jam. I think they do some kind of acoustic maybe on Monday and Tuesday, as they used to. But we moved so far south, it's just a trek to get up there.
Yeah.
But we are going to go up and support a jam at the Mirkwood Theater, if you've ever heard of that,
No,
in
where's that?
Arlington.
Oh, fun.
And it's real cool younger musicians, well, younger than us. Everybody is.
Starting to get there, huh?
Yeah, and we jammed with them about a month ago and had so much fun. So we're going to do that for Jim's birthday. 'Cause we do love just to get together with lots of music.
The funnest thing
people.
I've ever done is play music with other people. So
It is.
you're hitting all the right
It's
notes as
the
far as I'm
best.
concerned.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
be you when I
synergy.
grow up.
Oh, okay.
Be able to play, sit in, and have so much fun. Yeah, it's just uplifting to see you get out there and play. The other night you got in there a little bit late, and you were the last act they had time for, and it was such a nice ending. It was like beautiful. Stretch out, Beth. Go ahead and play some
Ring
jazz
at Night
for us.
in George.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
the
Great.
song.
And it
We-
was sort
we
of a
got Ray
reggae version.
Ray Charles version. It's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
kind of a slow funk thing.
yeah. So you put
Yeah.
a spin on it. Nice
And we
arrangement
had
to
a
that.
great guitar player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joshua Perry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him on my
Perry
show.
Joshua.
Perry Joshua. Yeah, sorry. Got
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
dyslexic moment there.
No, you help. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
to get him on my show, and
Oh,
he
he's
goes
a
to
delight.
church, so it's kind of
He
you have to.
preaches.
He preaches, so
His
it's hard
mom's a preacher.
pry
and
him away.
he's
Yeah.
taken over.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna maybe have to find him when his mom's doing it, so we can pry him away early enough to do the show.
Yeah.
And his son was playing drums the other night.
Yeah,
Very good
isn't he
drummer.
great?
I was very
yeah,
impressed.
He's talented. For
Yeah.
Sure.
And I love seeing people play with their kids. It's just like that is the coolest thing to be able to share with your kids and
Well,
with
all
your
my
parents.
kids have performed at some point.
Mhm.
Whether they liked it or
right,
not.
right. It
We
can't
have
be the
'em-
most terrifying thing you've ever done.
We
but
had
then,
them playing drums at private parties and
right.
singing, of course.
Yeah, and it it used to be that we came home from working in the yard or working to cultivate the vegetables and eat, that we would come in at night and play music, and then
Because there was no TV.
there wasn't any radio, television, or records. But when those started to come in, then it was like, you got to sound like the record. So all of a sudden you had to be this perfect. Now it's like, throw that perfect stuff out. Just enjoy the music,
Yeah.
and you get that.
Oh, absolutely.
You bring that. You bring that joy.
Yeah, let's
Mhm.
have fun. Your mistakes actually are a creative opportunity. I always said that playing the blues, if you hit the wrong note, flip it up a half step, and you've got the blues right
You got
there.
the right note.
You got the right note for the blues.
Oh, that's hilarious. Now, we do have a piano behind us, so before we're done here, we'd love to have you tinkle a little. Just do the improvise, because we can't have copywritten material, because then the YouTube people just don't let us play. We're testing the limits there. So now,
It's a process.
yeah, you and Jim have been together for years.
51.
50. We just wow. Oh, 51 years you've been together. Wow. I'm thrilled to have you at the Seattle Drum School for my podcast. This is only chapter 1. I have a feeling we're gonna have to do this again. Yeah, when you get that Hall of Fame, then we'll have you back.
Okay.
Beth Wulff, Wulff. You can find out more about her at your website, bethandwulff.com. bethandwulff.com to find out more, to listen to music, and to book you, because you play pretty much 6-7 nights a week. Or days. Weekends, yeah. And so what's your favorite senior home to play? Because there's a lot of them out there. There's so many. I know
there are so many.
Can't play favorites.
Queen Anne Manor.
Queen Anne Manor, okay.
Every time I go there, they have a present waiting for me.
They love
Beautiful
you.
necklace, a piece of like jewelry, glass vase, a little pretend dog.
I know,
I get
so
to
many
be
people bring gifts. One
I
guy
know.
brought ashes to me one time
Oh my gosh.
of a friend, and I thought, what do I do with that? That's a nice gift. Thank you.
Where did I put it?
I still have it. I really couldn't throw it away or anything.
No, you can't throw it away.
I'm stuck on that one.
Well, you could sell it out to sea or something,
I could make good garden out of that, maybe.
Yeah, I could help your garden.
There you go.
There you go.
So what kind of advice do you give young people? You not teaching as much, but maybe if someone says, ooh, you're a good piano player, I play piano, what do you tell them?
First of all, listen to music all the time. If you're a mom, play it for your children. Teach them songs. Our grandson, he's just going down. He's got a pair of drumsticks, and he plays the whole house as a drum set. And then I played the guitar for him one day, saying "Ukulele Lady," and from then on, he has a ukulele, and he plays that and sings.
No fun.
And at 2 years old.
Really? At 2?
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Casey.
Casey.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be keeping an eye on Casey Wulff.
Casey James Clausen.
Okay. Well, that's a good performing name. Look out.
Well, his dad's a great drummer, too. So.
Okay. You start a good band with a good drummer, right, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we're getting close to the end of our half hour. It goes so quickly. I just want to do a little tiny calendar and give you some news. We do have a holiday party planned. It's going to be a jam on the afternoon of the 17th of December. So come on down. We got a piano and a drum kit, and we'll just have fun. We'll just have some memories. It's real music, real people, real stories. We'll carry on after the podcast that day and open it up for music. On the second Sunday right here at the Seattle Drum School performance space, where my signed Cadillac parts are hanging, the youth showcases happen. I had so much fun last week hosting the youth showcase, and they follow that with Mo jamming on the second Sunday at 6 right here at the Seattle Drum School. So if you're young and you want to play music with other people, find your way here to the Seattle Drum School, Georgetown, and on the second Sunday, and definitely take a lesson. There's all kinds of lessons available here. It's remarkable. Oh, yeah, you got gigs coming up. Beth Wulff is playing with Stick Shift Annie at Bad Albert's on Thursday, the 9th of November. Oh, coming right up. And with Annie O'Neill and the Wolf Tones. I don't know when your next gig is, but yeah, Annie O'Neill is here, and they're going to do something in the background while I give you my calendar and take it out. Oh, I love that. Next week, my guest will be Joel Astley, harmonica player, making some waves. Look out every Sunday at the Royal Esquire Club in Columbia City. A real band will back you up for a song at 8 p.m. They rotate hosts. And every Wednesday, as we mentioned, at Madison's in Everett, they have blues. Every Thursday at the Flight Path in Boulevard Parkish, they have a great jam. All stars, one song per person. The Spinners, one more night at Demetrius Jazz Alley tonight in their 43rd year. The Triple Door Musicorium Lounge has the Noah Pettibone Organ Trio, 5 o'clock on the 9th. At the Duwamish Longhouse in Seattle, Holiday Crafts Day is the 11th of November. And our guest in the background, Annie O'Neill, will be with Steve Alamant at Tim's Tavern in White Center with the Twang Junkies on the 11th of November. Oh, yes. Look for Lizzie and the Triggermen at the Triple Door on the 16th. Jazz Alley has their annual Taj Mahal excursion. It's about 6 or 7 nights, break up the Mondays and stuff. But in November, annually, he's got a trio playing with him. Curtis Seals is going to be my guest on the 19th here at the Seattle Drum School, and that's enough for now. I do put this calendar up usually at the Instagram. That's new for me. I'm still getting my skills. If you want to be part of our crew, we'd love your help. Hey, did you see that 60 Minutes with, who was that? Kingfish. That was awesome. He played, he's about 23 years old. He's the future of the blues. He played Winthrop when he was just a teenager. CBS, PBS, everybody's doing a piece on this guy. He played at the Ground Zero Blues Club in Clarksdale and did a video there. Morgan Freeman's Blues Club there. And you got to check that out. Kingfish, he was on 60 Minutes, and he is the blues voice of his generation. Beautiful, soulful voice. I really enjoyed that show. So do join us here on a Sunday afternoon. Free coffee and treats after church and usually after the game or somewhere around there. You get the blues about football, you come on down here. We live stream for about 30 minutes. We have real music, real stories, real people here at the Blues to Do podcast. All right. I'm going to ask you for money next week. All right, look at that. Earshot Jazz finally put Ron Weinstein on the cover. Nice. Like that, man. Great hands. Another pair of great hands behind us. Beth Wulff. Give it up for Beth Wulff, my guest, and Annie O'Neill taking us out. Thank you, CD, for doing my engineering. See you next week. Living the blues until next week.